Aherkar, Director of Atmi University, Academy for Lifelong Learning, and Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences in Atmi University, Rajkot, Gujarat. My topic for presentation for today is Digital Humanities for Sustainable Development, Bridging Technology and Culture. So, what do you mean by digital humanities? I would like to share respected chairperson and distinguished guests and respected faculty members, researchers and scholars and dear friends. It is my privilege to share this research topic, which I'm doing from last 6 months. My topic has become significantly increasing as societies around the world seeks innovation ways to preserve cultural heritage while achieving the sustainable development goals. Today, I will discuss how digital technologies and humanities together can contribute to inclusive, sustainable, and cultural rich societies. The 21st century is witnessing rapid technology transformation, artificial intelligence, big data, virtual reality, and geographic information system and data archives, machine learning. At the same time, globalization has created concerns regarding the preservation of languages, tradition, indigenous knowledge, historical records, and cultural identities. Digital humanities has emerged a field that integrates conception technologies with humanities disciplines such as history, literature, archaeology, linguistics, museum studies, and cultural studies, rather than replacing traditional humanities research, documentation, preservation, accessibility, and public engagement. Sustainable development is defined by United Nations, which aims to meet personal ability of future generation and to meet their own needs, while sustaining is often associated with environmental production and economic growth. So today I wish to explain how digital humanities supports sustainable development through cultural preservation, education, innovation, digital inclusiveness, and community participation and policy documentation. Digital humanities refers to the application of digital tools, conceptual methods, and technological innovations to humanities, research, and cultural preservation. It involves collecting, digitalizing, analyzing, and visualizing, sharing knowledge using modern technology. The field digital archives, online libraries, digital story, and technology of virtual museum is rather being shared. Unlike conventional humanities research that primarily depends on printed materials, digital humanities enable scholars to process millions of documents, preserve fragile manuscripts, reconstruct archaeological sites, digital and make knowledgeable fieldwork. It demonstrates knowledge by ensuring that culture is no longer confined with the museum walls of the university libraries but becomes accessible to every individual through digital platforms. That's why digital economy and sustainable development goals contribute directly and indirectly to several sustainable goals. Digital humanities contribute directly and indirectly to the goals like SDG 4, that is quality education, which defines to transform teaching and learning by providing open educational resources, data libraries, virtual classroom, and interactive learning platforms. Students can explore historical civilization through visual reality, analyze literary text using conceptual methods. In SDG 5, we learn about digital equality. Digital archives have recovered forgotten contribution of women writers, artists, activists, and community leaders whose voices were historically marginalized. In the SDG 4, decent work and economic growth, where digital cultural tourism creates employment opportunities in museum, heritage management, digital archiving, and cultural diversity. In SDG 9, industry innovation and infrastructure, digital humanities encourage innovation through AI, data analytics, language processing, heritage digitalization, and virtual reconstruction. It strengthens digital infrastructure for preserving cultural resources and improving public access. In SDG 10, it reduces inequality. Digital platforms make knowledge available irrespective of geographical location, social background, or economic condition. In SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities, one of the strongest contribution of digital equality lies in protecting cultural heritage because it makes order to create sustainable cities and communities. Historic buildings, monuments, and manuscripts, oral tradition, folks, music, local festival, indigenous languages, and traditional architecture can be digitally preserved for future generations and detail SDG 16, which preserves peace, justice, and strong institution. where data documentation improves transparency, accountability, historical preservation, and public memory. It strengthens democratic values by preserving records, human rights, documentation, and community history. In the SDG 17 Partnership for Goals, we promote collaboration among the governments and universities, museum across it. So where we lag behind in our university, what we do is we have an SDG paper where we tell our students to do research on all these 17 goals and to understand how digital economies goes ahead and how we can derive this to international participation, which enable knowledge sharing and cooperative preservation of global heritage, technology driving digital humanities. Emerging technologies are transforming and artificial intelligence to assess. Machine learning, which identify historical patterns, predicts documentation and classification, and support cultural analytics. Now, how digital humanities is applied by transforming multiple disciplines. So, suppose we are a history professor, we should always club with some other faculty members and see to it that archives are digitally preserved and ancient manuscripts and governments are recorded by 3D settlement. One of the case study which I would like to tell you is several successful initiatives demonstrate the impact of digital humanities. Is the European Digital Library, which provides millions of digital books, arts, photographs, manuscripts, and museum collection across the Europe. Then you can always use Google Arts and Cultural offers virtual museum tools, high resolution artwork and collection. Then British Library that digitalized thousands of historical manuscripts and rare collection, making them excellent. UNESCO also promote digital preservation of world heritage through advanced documentation and technology. Then we have National Digital Library also, which provides students and researchers with access of millions of educational resources. And Digital India Initiative supports, which you all know, that gives digitalization of archives, manuscripts, and governance records through all these things. I'm thank you for the organizing team for giving me this opportunity and to present my views on this. Thank you so much.